This is Twit.
And I saw this article that said the top paid app on the Google Play Store was uncovered as a fake. Not exactly. It's a program called Virus Shield, $3.99. I guess it's a fake because it's an antivirus program, but it doesn't do anything. It merely changes
the shield,
to a check mark. You're protected. Chris DeBona, I love it, posted on his Google Plus. We know Chris very well, was former host of Floss Weekly. He's the head of director of open source at Google. He wrote, and I think it's still somewhat true, he wrote this a couple of years ago, no major cell phone has a virus problem in the traditional sense that Windows and some Mac machines have seen. There have been some little things, but they haven't gotten very far because of the user's sandboxing models and the nature of the underlying kernels. No Linux desktop has a real virus problem either. He says virus companies are playing on your fears to try to sell you BS protection software for any mobile operating system, including BlackBerry and iOS. They are charlatans, says DeBona, and scammers. If you work for a company selling virus protection for Android, RIM, or iOS, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Chris doesn't hold back.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I love that about him.
Yeah. He says what he thinks.
Wow. This is, to be fair to Chris, this is from November 2011.
Right.
But I don't think things have changed significantly.
Not as far as viruses are concerned. Certainly there's vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
Right? We're seeing those currently today, but it's not necessarily a virus problem. There are malware issues, certainly, because you can download an app, especially if you don't download it from the Google Play Store or, a reputable Play Store, or if you just find it online and sideload it onto your phone. Yeah, guess what? You're putting yourself at risk, so don't do that.
Sideloading is very dangerous. Don't uncheck that box.
That's right.
Or check it, I guess.
Yeah. But not viruses is my point.
Yeah, I guess that's, and I kept thinking, boy, viruses are going to be an issue on these platforms. They're always connected. They're everything as a bad guy that you would want. They're always connected. They're, they're always on. Now, I don't see Virus Shield in the top paid Android apps. Maybe, is it still around?
They removed it, I believe.
Yeah, they must have removed it.
Because it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. But if you do a search for virus,
there's probably still, I know ESET offers an antivirus.
Tons of them out there.
Yeah.
And, and people load them because they think, well, it's a platform. I need a virus scanner. I need a virus protection on there.
And we've recommended Lookout. Mostly what these, at best what these do, they don't do the same thing an antivirus does on a desktop machine. At best what they do is they go through a database of known malware and see if you've got it.
Right.
And when you download a new app, they check it against that database to make sure it's not known malware. But, even by itself, it's fairly useful. Google has built in that capability, right?
Yep.
And the first time you download an app on a new Android phone, it says, would you like us to check for malware in future? And, of course, I'm sure you all said yes. Is what Google does sufficient? I think it's not much different from what any of these other ones do. Look at all of these. Norton, McAfee, ESET. They all offer Lookout.
Yeah.
These are all antivirus programs for Android. And Sophos. And I mean, these are good companies. They're not scammers.
They're not scammers, but I think they are playing on a fear that we have, right?
I should also point out that almost all of these are free.
Yeah.
McAfee's free, Lookout's free.
For the average user, I wonder if they know the difference between malware. We talk about malware and things like that. They don't know. They just call it a virus. It's a virus.
It's the first thing that I'm asked frequently when somebody gets a smartphone is, should I have an antivirus? Because they know it's a computer. Most of these, like here's Norton, it's free, but for $30 a year, you can get the premium version, which, offers more protection, it says.
Right.
And this is often the case, remote lock and erase. But that's built into Android now, too.
If you're running Google Edition, yeah, you can just...
even on my M8, I could download the... you have to download it. But what is it called? The Android Device Manager?
Device Manager, yeah.
And it works. I would guess it works on any Android phone, right? I immediately downloaded and installed it. And it looks just like Find My iPhone does on iOS. It knows where your phones are. pinpoints them. It allows you to ring them, lock them, or erase them.
Yep. Really helpful.
It is kind of alarming, though, that one of the top paid apps that was a virus
Did
Janet,
nothing.
like, it wasn't caught. You know what I mean? Like that is,
Yeah.
it makes me worried. It makes me think, well, there's probably a lot of malicious software out there that's not one of the top paid apps that, malicious, not just not doing anything, which is what this thing did.
Well, I
Except
guess
they
what
take
I
your
would
money.
what I would say, and certainly it's what I tell everybody, is you probably don't need an antivirus. You should turn on the Google scanner. You should not say I can download from anywhere but the Play Store. And with all that having been said, Google does not vet every app on the Play Store, not like Apple does. But it's a false sense of security, I think, on the iTunes Store. If you say, "Oh, well, see, Apple checks every app," they literally have to look at tens of thousands of apps a day. Stuff gets by all the time.
Sure.
Same thing happens on iOS.
No doubt.
So it's a foolish thing to assume, well, because it's in the store, it's safe on either platform. Take software from known good sources. At least this wasn't malicious. It wasn't like this software did anything
Right.
bad.
Did something bad, right?
Just took your money.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it took your money. Yeah. That's pretty expensive. I mean, for a $4 app being in the top 10
Yeah.
is a lot.
Yeah, that makes me think a lot of people bought it.